Welcome back to a series so mad, even Diddy Piker subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is absolutely crashing out after his favorite dictator has been neutralized. The supreme leader of Iran and dictator has finally been dealt with by America, and his reign of terror has come to an end. Asmongold is calling out the woke virtue signalers who were silent about the oppression in Iran. Hasan has responded acting like this is a tragedy and the US should have let Iran develop nuclear bombs. Bro has lost it. He's back glazing North Korea again. You cannot make this shit up. Psycho freaks on Twitter have lost it and are advocating murder now. The debunker XQC has responded, absolutely cooking Hasan. The most pathetic Hasan orbiter, Caseytron, has responded to Asmongold after he revealed he blacklisted her from the Austin streamers. Predictably, she blames it on misogyny and claims that he's simply too afraid to debate Hasan. Oh, brother! Rank number 2 Pucklord, Sneeko, is back, and he's accusing Hasan of copying his flow and stealing his soundboard, particularly the fa sound effect. Battle of the Regods rematch. Subscribe or you get airstriked. It appears you would be cooked.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, welcome back to another day of Hasan crash shouts. Absolutely lovely. Make sure to sip your tea or coffee while watching. Right, so quick context. Apparently America cooked Iran. They killed the supreme leader, and he was like this dictator guy. Not the nicest dude, I'd say. Pretty evil, most people would agree. Except Hasan, of course, who is absolutely mortified that one of his favorite dictators is now dead. Now, of course, the Iranian government was funding his 3 favorite terrorist organizations, Hamas, the Houthis, and Hezbollah, and Hasan is obviously a big fan, right? Mr. 10 toes down there. And now, obviously, they're not going to be able to continue doing that, so Hasan is throwing a non-stop cry baby tantrum, claiming that this wouldn't have happened if you simply allowed Iran to get nukes, right? You know, the people chanting death to America, let them get nukes, guys. That would have totally ended well. So anyways, let's go over the updates one by one and then look at Hasan's reaction.
Ali Khamenei is just confirmed dead. Wait a minute, let's hear this.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested.
This is one of the things, it's actually shocking and appalling to me. Almost none of these virtue signaler people in the West weren't talking at all about the Iranian regime murdering their own citizens. I wonder why.
Well, that's pretty obvious. It's because you don't get social media likes for that one, right? It's not about the actual lives lost or the actual oppression that is happening around the world. It's about which conflict gives me the most virtue signal points on social media, right? Where all my friends in this echo chamber will think that I'm the most virtuous and good person in the world, right? While people like Hasan obviously sit in America like a privileged loser, you know, shielded from the actual consequences of, you know, being in these oppressive regimes, and will just blatantly say the most false statements, such as arguing that Iranian women were not actually oppressed.
Iranian women can't post TikTok dances? What? They abso-fucking-lutely can. What are you talking about?
5, 6 girls dancing. They not only they become arrested.
Keep in mind, this is the same guy who was arguing that Iran is weirdly pro-trans because they force gay people to transition. This is the pro-LGBT guy, by the way.
There are plenty of gay and trans people. By the way, Iran is actually weirdly very pro-trans.
Now, avid viewers of the legendary series would also remember when Hasan attempted to justify the D to America chant, saying that Oh, they don't actually mean death, guys. It's just like it's a figure of speech, obviously. Yeah, so basically Hasan was advocating for the death of his own country, which is, I don't know, debatable, because I don't think he considers himself American at this point.
Why is that so hard to comprehend for people? Like, literally, in their eyes, and there is some truth to this, there's a lot of truth to this, we are the fucking bad guys. So, of course, they're gonna fucking say death to America. What do you mean? That's why it's bizarre to someone who doesn't understand. It's like, why are they so peaceful, yet they're saying death to America? It's like, because that's a normal chant. If your entire existence has been defined by American imperialism, then yeah, of course you're gonna be like, death to America.
So anyways, apparently they got pictures of his house, and it's not looking very good.
To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
Oh my God.
This will be probably your only chance for generations.
Khomeini's house satellite photos? Uh-oh. Oh my God. What house? That looks permanent? Yeah, I think he's dead, guys. Khomeini's body has been found and he is confirmed dead. The Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khomeini is dead, along with 5 or 10 other top leaders in the Iranian government who were all meeting at So wait a minute. Are you telling me that we just waited for them all to get into one building and then we just blew up the building? I'm Iranian and I want to tell every leftist pro-Palestine person to shut the up about Iran's situation right now. It's none of your business, bitch. You were silent about the Iran massacre and you better keep it that way now.
Right. So another thing to keep in mind, that Hasan, right, Mr. Revolution, Mr. I hate oppression here, was too busy virtue signaling on other issues to actually care about the Iranian government gunning down their own people, right? Turning off their internet, actual oppression, right? And meanwhile, he was too busy calling Asmongold a Nazi, Ethan a Nazi, anybody he doesn't like a Nazi, right? And this just reveals his true character. He is a propagandist, right? Anything that doesn't fit the agenda, it simply doesn't count. Never be deluded into thinking that Hasan ever cares about oppression or cares about people at all. This guy only has one belief, and it's anti-America and seemingly pro-communism. His love for communism is so deep that he even glazes North Korea because he thinks it's a communist utopia, right? Right, so here it was the official statement that Trump put out.
Khomeini, one of the most evil people in history, is dead. This is not only justice for the people of Iran, but for all great Americans and those from many countries throughout the world that have been killed or mutilated by Khomeini and his gang of bloodthirsty thugs. He was unable to avoid our intelligence and highly sophisticated tracking systems. There was not a thing he or the other leaders that have been killed along with him could do. We are hearing that many of the IRGC military no longer want to fight and are looking for immunity from us. As I said last night, now they can have immunity. Later, they only get death. Being able to kidnap a head of state and decapitate a regional military power back to back without taking a single American casualty is such a wild spectacle of power. I don't think it has any other historic precedent. Honestly, I'm trying to think about it, and I don't know if it does either.
Right, so here are the facts. A dictator is dead, a lot of people have been freed from oppression, and thousands of innocent lives have been saved, right? And there's an opportunity for regime change. Now, whether that goes smoothly is debatable, but an evil man is actually dead. So let's see how Hasan reacts, right? But first, the comments. Federal judge overturns Supreme Leader's death. Classic. Call me Kaya. I'm shocked. So 2026 is the year of finding out. Sorry for your loss, Hasan. It's like a close family member of his has died, right? It's like a own personal tragedy, and you'll see the way he reacts to it, basically like that. He died before GTA 6. What a tragedy. Cuba getting real nervous now. World War III, nope. 3-hour war. I ran to my bunker, but it's too late. Classic. It's flippin' February. True. It's only been 2 months of the year. A lot of shit going down. Anyway, so Hasan responded on Twitter, and he starts by instantly saying that Iran just should have had nukes, right? America should have simply let them acquire nuclear powers. Iran wouldn't be getting bombed if they developed nukes and a delivery system like Jericho 3. Mearsheimer is totally correct. The region would be more stable if Iran had nukes right now. The moment Trump ripped up the blah blah blah, this should have been the moment. Okay, so just another reminder, the leaders of Iran were chanting death to America, right? And this isn't like a musical tradition. It means something quite literally, right? It probably means what it says, right? So if they actually had nukes like Hasan is advocating for, they would have nuked America and probably the rest of the world as well in the fallout, right? They do not really care about the consequences. They seem to be these like fanatical freaks who will sort of do anything to get what they want, including die for their cause. We got the replies. If they had nuclear weapons, they would subjugate the whole region. Regional escalation, Iran targeted several countries, and it's basically Iran going for a bunch. There's a bunch of breaking news happening right now. Apparently Iran is, sending strikes to a bunch of random places. So yeah, they're getting real desperate right now. Is this dude seriously defending Iran right now? Go touch some grass and take your meds, bro. Iranians who have been begging for help for months, years in fact, are celebrating the downfall. Hasan the dog shocker wants to give them nukes. Absolute cinema. And we got Hasan, the cockroach, who is the only person actually immune to nukes, right? Brother got that nuclear shell. Denaturalize and deport Hasan Piker. Now this is a movement a lot of people can get behind. Until they slip the nuke to Hamas or Hezbollah, your friends are getting annihilated tonight. I hope it's agonizing for you. Bro, he is absolutely crashing out. You would think his dog died or like a personal family member or something, but no, it's like this evil dictator who everybody hates except Hasan. The dog shocker is another insightful take. A clown's average salary is 40 to 50k a year, and here you are paying one for free. Gigabrain take, the terrorist should have nukes. I mean, unironically, that's his take. Anyways, at this point, you're probably thinking, he can't get worse. Just kidding, nobody's thinking that. Everybody has full belief that he will get worse. He now defends North Korea again. You cannot make this shit up, man. How many times? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Okay, we got this guy going, North Korea looking a lot smarter for developing nuclear weapons despite all the international opposition and pressure. Hasan quote tweets, many more people are saying this. So Hasan, what did you mean by this? What exactly did you mean by this? Let me translate the Hasan Piker fucking subtweeting here. He's saying Iran should have had nukes, right? He's like, oh my god, I can't believe my favorite dictator died. He wouldn't have died if Iran had nukes, right? He's basically doubling down here, and he's once again glazing North Korea, but going, wow, oh my god, Supreme Leader, you are so smart. Wow, you have nukes, so nobody can mess with you right now. What a wonderful thing, right? That's a wonderful thing, according to Hasan, right? That they can continue to oppress their people with nobody being able to step in at all. That's what Hasan wants, right? Absolute fucking lobotomite. Hasan, I flip-flop harder than a dying fish piker. One day nukes are fascist, next day Kim was right all along. 1 week socialism, next week luxury apartment simp arc. Horrible policy takes, zero consistency, and yeah, he still abused his dog. Brainless dunce with a webcam and a victim complex. I bet you rooted for the governor in The Walking Dead. That is diabolical. Actually, Hasan is that type of guy, bruh. Dude is literally praising North Korea right now. Hey guys, everyone I know is saying this. I'm not a propagandist. Yes, everybody is actually glazing North Korea right now. Totally not in an echo chamber. The world would be a safer place right now if Iran had nukes. I mean, you just have to be rage baiting, right? Famously, everyone is fleeing South Korea to go live in the glorious, lot smarter North Korea. Of course. You know, you say that as a joke, but Hasan actually probably believes that. Yes, anti-westernization with the side of starving millions of civilians. Yes, I'm Hasan Piker and I'm good at politics. Anyways, it wasn't enough for him to crash out on Twitter. He's crashing out on stream as well. He had to do a little double whammy. He's now claiming that this will lead to the end of America now. Where did you get that one from? God knows.
The Amer-Israeli World War that we've been talking about for the past week is finally here. It's happening. America and Israel last night struck the nation state of Iran with 93 million population. America and Israel have officially launched an attack on Iran. World War Epstein is here.
To the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations.
Yeah, Iran media reported just hours ago that Iran...
Bro, our heart's not in it. Our heart's not in it. You know what I mean? It's like, in order to do this kind of like regime change, you have to come in with boots on the ground. And maybe they will try and do that, but I do think that that will inevitably lead to the end of America. It will certainly lead to the end of Iran as we know it, but I think it will also lead to the end of America.
Right. Hasan, you know what would actually lead to the end of America? Giving the people who chant D to America nukes. That would almost 100% certainly lead to the end of America. You absolute brain damaged loser. If somebody is literally telling you what they're gonna do and they're chanting this shit, you would probably believe them, right? At a certain point. And if they're funding these terrorists who have the same goal as well and also chant the same shit, right? It would be a good idea to believe that their threats are actually real. Guys, reminder, it's been 270 episodes and this guy has still not learned a single thing, bro. This guy is such a plague, such an absolute cancer on the streamer community in general, and particularly political commentary as well. The fact that he has any influence on anyone is so absolutely scary. It's actually frightening, right? Like, honestly, free speech was a mistake. Okay, like, some people should just not be I'm joking, of course. But I do find it interesting that he's literally allowed to advocate murder and literally go against his country over and over and over again and explicitly say that, hey, like in paraphrased in a million ways, that he basically wants to end America. That's his goal here, right? And you're just allowed to get away with that. I find it insane. By the way, let's just break that down. He says America launched a war and he goes, oh yeah, they have a 93 million population, implying that they're killing 90 million people. Now, can anybody do a fucking Google search and find out what actually happened here, right? What happened was that they killed the dictator, right? They killed the guy who was oppressing all these innocent lives and literally the guy who was murdering the innocent civilians, the innocent citizens who were protesting against the oppressive regime, right? Of course, Hasan would have a problem with this. Of course, man. Like, what the actual hell is wrong with you? Like, not even the greatest parody account could predict a Hasan Piker take, bro. Like, some of this shit is just so insane. I'm legitimately like, okay, if he said this, he's gonna lose his entire fan base. He goes and says it, nothing happens. Of course, the dictator Glazer has a problem with the evil man being eliminated. So then he uses a classic Diddy Piker strategy, right? He makes it about the working class versus everybody else, right? He says that everybody's a slave and that, oh, they're actually killing children, right?
What's remarkable about that is the admission that American sons and daughters will die. I mean, we're slaves. We're all slaves. We're wage slaves of a different sort. We're all slaves to empire at the end of the day, especially some of the poorest who thought that they could get a comms degree, you know what I mean, for free. An amenity pretty much offered by every other competent social democracy, the opportunity for upward social mobility that's given to every single citizen unconditionally. In the United States of America, you have to become a slave to the Pentagon and you have to go and, sell your soul to the American government so you can go and you can slaughter other people's sons and daughters overseas. You got to go kill some children, and then you get up in the head. Hopefully you don't get your dick shot off while protecting a poppy field, right, for JSOC so they can actually keep doing clandestine operations and drug trafficking, stuff like that, right? So you come back to the United States of America with crippling PTSD and then you get a comms degree so you can have your job if you're lucky enough to get one, by the way.
Right. Interesting. So this is the guy who claims to care about children's lives. Now, let's do a little pop quiz here. Hasan, what about your 3 favorite terrorist groups, some of which use children as literal human shields, right? What about that one, buddy? I mean, forgive me if it's hard to take anything you say seriously at all when you support people like that and then you go, well, I care about the children here. Dude, nobody is fucking buying this. Nobody actually believes a word you say. You got all of your information from like Al Jazeera or some shit. You literally take the news from these propaganda outlets and you go, well, actually, they must be telling the truth totally. I refuse to believe this is a real person. I firmly believe Hasan has been kidnapped by aliens. They got a chip implanted in his brain, right? There's an alien civilization that's trying to take over Earth, right? And they're using Hasan as a way to instill a stupid fucking virus in a portion of humanity to have everybody infect everybody else with the stupid, right? And then we take each other out, right? If Hasan got his way, Iran would have nukes, right? And then they would eliminate the world, right? So if Hasan Piker got his way, the world would literally end. I like, usually I would be exaggerating. I would be making a joke or something. But no, like now we have a direct connection, all right? If Hasan Piker succeeds, the world ends. The world literally ends. It's actually crazy. Holy shit, this is a cinema moment right now because now we are literally fighting the end of the world. Unironically. Did I lie when I said Hasan's stupidity will be studied for generations? Hasan will actually go down in history as a historical figure. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people want everyone to forget him, but somebody so stupid only comes once in a lifetime, once in a generation, once in a planetary fucking civilization, I'd say. So we all need to remember the name Hasan Piker as the stupidest man to ever fucking exist on planet Earth, potentially in the galaxy. So then Diddy Piker uses page 46 of Hasanetics, right? And he tries to appeal to everyone. He says, well, AI is going to take your jobs. Now you might be asking, what's the relevancy here? Nothing. Nothing is the fucking relevancy. He just knows that, okay, there's a couple things people are mad about right now. We can't afford rent. Healthcare is expensive. AI is the thing that's taking a lot of people's jobs. So he says all these buzzwords to try and appeal to people, even though it's not relevant at all, or it's not relevant.
Then you can have your job be stolen by artificial intelligence. So some faceless, lifeless, dickhead billionaire can turn on the GDP machine and make a little bit more money year over year. And it's awesome. And then you sit around angry and you think to yourself, well, I have an unlimited arsenal of weapons. Will I actually organize? Will I actually topple the system? No, I'm just going to either fund my family, or I'm just going to take the arsenal of weapons that I have and the nearest kindergarten. That's just the average American existence.
Right. So Americans just kill children, according to Hasan. That's the average American existence. I mean, I would be speechless right now, except I'm the only one here talking, so I gotta say something. This guy might be the single worst influence to ever be recorded online. I'm not even joking. Not even in terms of politics, in terms of the effect on the human race, all right? This guy's an absolute plague. If Hasan had a button right now to give the dictators nukes, he would literally press that button. He would literally press that button and he'd be like, you guys can now use this to protect yourselves against America. Surely the people who are chanting "D to America" are going to use it defensively. It's a defensive maneuver. Yes, the nuclear bomb is a defensive maneuver against the evil Americans, of course. Hasan would unironically destroy the world if he could. This isn't even a joke. Like I was joking at first, but like, come on, bro. That's like the natural conclusion. Is he dumb? Is he evil? I don't know at this point. It's a bit of both. Also, I just hate the way he does this, bro. He always sprinkles in these things that people want to hear alongside his batshit insane takes, right? So he knows that everybody wants to, get a living wage and, be able to get jobs. And then he goes, oh yeah, AI is taking your jobs. And also, Iran should get nukes, guys. Hold up, wait a minute. That's two different things, buddy. Bro's like a slimy salesman. He tries to sell you a package deal, Oh yeah, buy this Cadbury chocolate bar. Yes, it's also infused with arsenic. My bad, though. Didn't mention that part. So it turns out I did actually check my calendar today, and it is a day that ends in Y. So Hasan is calling out Asmongold.
Incel, decrepit Twitch streamers, and think, no, this force projection is good. It makes me feel good. Well, your life sucks. Your life sucks. You have no freedom. You're cattle. You are literally a goddamn slave. Some of you are slaves without actually even working, but that's just the reality. I myself am a part of this process as well. I play a role in this sham. I play a role in this song and dance as well. I try to yell. I try to wake people up to these realities, but for the most part, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for people to even envision any sort of change because we have been reduced to being servile cattle for many, many years at this point.
Bro, what is wrong with you? This guy's acting like his non-existent daughter died, bro. I've never seen Hasan this upset in my life. Never kill Hasan's favorite dictator. Worst mistake of your life. Never do it. Hasan will cry for 10 hours on stream, claiming this is the end of the world, right? Acting like a 5-year-old who got their Barbie doll taken away, bro. It feels like Hasan cares more about this guy than he cares about his dog. Oh my god, I just realized. Kaya is getting so shocked tonight, bro. Oh my god. Imagine the voltage this demon is gonna use now, right? We all know that anytime he crashes out on stream, anytime he doesn't get what he wants, he takes it out on Kaya, right? He's gonna turn up the voltage to max. Man, free Kaya, bro. Holy. So then he talks about how stupid everybody else is and that only Hasan understands the situation. He unironically thinks he's the only person who's able to see right from wrong here.
Anyone with more than 3 working brain cells, and I hope you guys have more than 3 working brain cells, that there was no real negotiation aspect. And it was more so just a way to create a reason to destabilize Iran inevitably. And the reasons for why America and Israel want to destabilize Iran is not because the Iranian people deserve sovereignty and dignity. America does not give a about democracy. America doesn't even give a about democracy in America. America doesn't even care about American citizens. If you think that we care about what happens to them, you are delusional. You're the guy who goes to the strip club and says, no, you don't understand. You see, Hasan, the stripper does love me, actually. She told me she loves me. I believe her. You are all, at best, human shields, okay? Your worth to the American government, to the Israeli government, is either a human shield, collateral damage, maybe productive forces if you are productive to a certain degree, you know?
Yeah, crazy Hasan is talking about strippers, bro. You are the only one here who's gone to like a brothel, bro. You're the only one who's done something remotely similar. So you're the guy you're talking about there. Second off, thank you, Hasan, for mansplaining the situation. Of course, you guys simply don't understand. It's actually bad that the evil dictator died, right? Let Hasan explain to you, right? Let Hasan do his mental gymnastics so he can continue to glaze more terrorists, right? Hasan glazes terrorists more than Dunkin' Donuts glazes their donuts. You know, I could ask ChatGPT to AI generate the worst takes humanly possible, and it wouldn't even be half as bad as Hasan. This guy comes up with this shit organically, bro. Bro is a specimen, a unique specimen. Hasan's daddy is gone. Rip bozo, you won't be missed. Anyone who hates Kamini is my friend without introduction. The worst people you know having their personal 9/11. Diddy Pika. Right, so here we got like a tech YouTuber or something, and he's basically advocating murder here. Iran's leader had a 52% disapproval rating, so the USA murdered him. Trump's sitting at 60% disapproval rating. I don't make the rules. Now, what exactly did you mean by this? Well, this is an obvious threat in saying that, oh, Trump should be assassinated or whatever, right? But what I find even more interesting is he's saying Iran's leader had a 52% disapproval rating. Of course. Now, where did you get that information, you dumb motherfucker? This absolute moron actually trusts those polls. Is like, well, my favorite news source, Al Jazeera, said this. Well, you don't understand. The Iranian government and their media actually told me it was a 52% actually. Oh my god. Yes, actually, everybody loved the dictator, guys. Everybody loved him unconditionally. When he was completely oppressing his own people, they actually all loved it. It was only 52% that didn't like him. Unhinged morons, stick to your tech videos, dude. People responded, Iran's leader massacred tens of thousands of Iranian citizens. What are you talking about? Nope, didn't happen. I don't know. I'm sorry. You're obviously lying. This is obviously Israel propaganda. I've loved you for a very long time, but as an Iranian, I need to tell you that none of these approval ratings coming out from the regime are true. Any so-called democratic exercise has been rigged. So you're calling for the death of Trump. FBI, are you seeing the... Yeah, I mean, that is basically what he's saying there. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You expect an approval rating to be accurate when the government murders you for disapproving of the regime? No, it's completely accurate, actually. It was only 52%, of course. You can just instantly tell when somebody watches a soundbite. It's actually crazy. You seem to have a 90%. Okay, that's crazy. I heard Kim Jong-un has a 100% approval rating. He must be a great leader. Of course, of course. Just ask North Korean media. They told me it was 100%. They actually love the guy. Yes, of course. Free Palestine, free Ukraine, free Iran. Your test came back. Regarded. I think the Secret Service might be knocking at your door soon. Bro, these people need to be investigated. If you're putting out like literal subtle threats at, you know, murder and assassination and stuff. These people need to be investigated, man. Like, it's not a joke. You can have your opinions and say what you want, but when you go around basically threatening people and advocating murder, I think it's absolutely crazy, right? And this isn't nearly as bad as what Hasan has done, of course.
You would kill Rick Scott.
Wait, lawyer here. Under the Geneva Convention, religious leaders are protected persons. The supreme leader is an Ayatollah. Trump just committed a war crime and doesn't even know it yet. He's fucked. Please, dear God, be satire. Please tell me this is satire. There's no way humans can be this dumb. I refuse to believe it. No way a lawyer can be this dumb, bro. Right, so XQC responded, says that Hasan always has bad takes.
Unfolding.
I'm not gonna watch Hasan. I mean, listen. I know if there's a good take or a bad take, but when I see a Hasan take, I know it's a bad take. If I could put some money, and I would go all in every time. I don't care to keep some money for my family. Fuck them. If I could put my money on whether something I take is a bad take or a good take, I put everything I have and alone on bad take when Hasan says something. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
And of course, let's not forget in the last
it's
few
just
days,
a safe bet.
even longer than that,
economic
the
based.
US.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a gambling man, okay? I don't do that shit, but if I had to take a bet, I would take any day that Hasan would have a bad take, right? That's like betting the sun would rise tomorrow. That's basically 100% guaranteed right there. He has a program in his brain that just shits out the dumbest takes known to man. Hasan is crying because a terrorist died. You would think this is a joke. You would think that is parody, but no, that's actually what's happening. Moving on to Asmongold versus the most pathetic Hasan orbiter, Caseytron. Basically, Asmon revealed that he was the one who blacklisted Caseytron from all the Austin streamers and basically told people, don't interact with this psycho, right? And Casey responded, and she is very mad. Asmon takes credit for Casey losing access to a large chunk of the Austin streamers. Casey speaks on Asmon coming after her again. I really think Asmon's after me because he can't F with men of the same size. Wait, stop immediately. Place your bets in the comments below. It's time for the Caseytron game. How many times will she say the word incel in this clip? Now, if you remember last time, it was a grand total of 4 times. Can she beat her all-time record? Now, my guess for this is 3.
Streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats. That's whenever you got to watch out.
A woman.
Casey Tron is upset too, by the way. Another little factor. I don't know if I talked about this before, because she basically got pushed out of the Austin, Texas circle of people. And like a lot of people didn't want to deal with her. That's because of me. I told people not to interact with her. She's a disgusting piece of shit.
I'm at the fucking DMV just waiting, and then I hear that fucking roach-ass motherfucker is talking about me, like, again. Like, holy fuck. I really think that Asmongold is just after me because he can't fuck with men of his same size, so he has to attack women. You know, he has to attack women. Like, he can't... You know, he's afraid of Hasan. He's afraid of Hasan. He won't debate Hasan. He, you know, it seems like is getting away from trying to cancel Hasan because it's always fucking blown up in his face and backfired on him. So I feel like he's back to his usual games of just attacking women who speak out against him. You know, he wants to sick his incel audience on women that speak out against him and like the awful, abhorrent shit that he says all the time on a daily basis. So yeah, he's back to attacking me.
Ooh, that's actually a low number for Caseytron. Only 1 incel. Oh my god. Let me know how many of you got it right in the comment section, okay? 1 is a tough guess, to be honest, okay? I'm guessing most of you got it wrong as well. I think the safe bet with Caseytron is usually like a 2 or 3, all right? I'd say that's like the average there, but anyways, Weed Monster here is very mad. So let's just go over what she said. She's saying that, yeah, Asmon can't F with men of the same size. And if by that you mean viewership, well, then Hasan wouldn't count, right? He's way bigger than Hasan, so that wouldn't really make sense. Second off, they really need to stop with this debate me bullshit, bro. Hasan is a literal complete lunatic, okay? You cannot debate someone who is so irrational, right? Somebody who's so psycho, who doesn't live in reality. Debates only work with people who are somewhat willing to change their opinions, you know, somewhat willing to keep an open mind, people who don't run a literal cult, people who don't have these completely unreasonable positions such as, you know, supporting and defending dictators, right? And of course, Casey Tron has no argument as well, and no house, by the way, which is hilarious. But she instantly uses her ultimate incel move there and goes, "You're attacking women." Oh, brother. First off, can I just say how tragic it is that Casey Tron gets to call herself a woman, okay? I'm sorry, you need to remove yourself from that category. In fact, I'm calling upon a vote right now. I call upon all the women. Please have a meeting and vote and remove Casey Tron from the category of woman, okay? She will remain an amorphous blob. She will forever be known as an utter pathetic failure of a person. I don't know how she's still talking shit. Didn't you apologize to Asmongold for lying about his dead mother? You absolute disgusting freak.
Weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better.
And newsflash, Casey, nobody is attacking you because you're a woman, okay? It's just the dumb shit you say. Casey's the type of person to rob a bank, right? Commit a crime. And when the police come and arrest her, she goes, "You're attacking a woman right now. You're detaining a woman." Please, for the love of God, just shut the fuck up for once in your life, all right? It's actually crazy. Just a non-stop victim complex. I don't know how you exist like this. You're so pathetic. You're so pathetic and you're frustrating. You're annoying. Casey Tron did this to herself. All Asmon did was warn people about her. Sit back and watch the shit show unfold. Ethan was the final boss in her demise. I'm surprised she's still streaming, bro. Anything but get a job. I love hearing her whine and cry. It's cathartic. Casey Tron's the only person I've ever seen that smoked herself into being a Karen. Now, was she a Karen before the weed or after, or both? Who knows? Moving on to Battle of the Re-Gods. Sneeko is going after Hasan again and calling him a view botter. And he's also saying that he's stealing his soundboard. You know, the one where they spam fa. Yep, it's truly a Re-God battle. Sneeko accuses Hasan of copying his flow.
Is that this was done
Dude, come on,
after
my
the fact?
fucking chatters
Maybe
are
someone had a
typing
friend
fa
down
in
at the
her
county
chat.
clerk who was responsible for scanning those docs into the system.
He's trying to copy my Ben Shapiro clip.
Document.
Look,
I should also
her
add
entire
that
chat
I
is...
could not-
Nigga, Hasan, you bot. You're a view botter. You know why Hasan is a view botter? He will never show his revenue. He will never show his revenue. 2 reasons. One, it's going to show that he's a fake socialist, that he's making far more money than anybody in his audience. 2, his revenue would expose that he's botting. He's not getting 30 to 40K every single day on the most boring stream of all time. It's not happening. He's botting. Show your revenue if you're not.
Hey, look at this. Everyone's typing fa.
Are we on slow mode? Wait, let me turn on slow mode for. Yeah, it is on slow mode. He won't ever show his revenue. Show your revenue. You got exposed by the Turkish botters. And this is the Cope tour.
Privacy, that makes sense.
Did he copy my fa? Did he? Oh my.
36,000 viewers in this community. 200,000 viewers watching her right now. And her entire chat. There's not a single fucking chat.
Not only did he copy my fa, like, yeah, a lot of people have the fa thing, but he's using it the way I do it, and he's literally copying what I did to Ben Shapiro. It's okay, but it's all right, bro. It's all right. The love speech influence is undeniable, guys. You guys have real word for word, bar for bar. The love speech influence is everywhere.
You know, I'm glad that Sneeko is addressing the real issues here. You know, you copied my fa. Don't ask me what the fuck I just said. I have no idea. All right. We have reached that level of brain rot. Okay. Whoever started that shit needs to be executed. Okay. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that, but that would kind of be hilarious if Hasan actually copied that from Sneeko. He goes, yeah, this guy sounds really cool, man. Now about the botting accusations. Again, I don't know if Hasan bots. And even if he does, he already has a large enough influence to the point where it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, a lot of the Hasan fans are real people. They are a real regards. But yes, he's never going to show his revenue because then it becomes too real, right? He can't dupe his dumb viewers anymore. When they see that number in front of their face, they're going to snap back to reality, right? Maybe they finally will realize, hey, I don't need to donate my last $5 to the multi-millionaire socialist. Anyways, click this video to continue supporting the legendary series. We are tackling actual evil like Hasan, unironically this time. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.